ex-driver. Just want to say thanks for coming out and doing this interview with us. So what's your name and what class do you race?
Well, my name's Evan Curtis, and I've been running mini stock class for quite a while, and that's the class I will be in this year.
Perfect. What's your hometown? Where do you come from?
Right now, Port Colborne, Ontario.
How did you get started in racing? What made you want to get involved?
Well, my dad raced, and we used to hang out at the racetracks and stuff like that when I was younger, so just kind of really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And that was the way it had to go. We had to race dirt, so.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. What make and model vehicle do you drive, and why choose that?
I got a Mustang Fox body style. I just like the domestic car, rear-wheel drive, carburetors, and it's a lot of fun. And there's a lot of perks for them too, so they're really cheap and easy to maintain.
Yeah. Growing up locally, who's your favorite driver to cheer for?
Oh, locally. Well, if it wasn't my dad, it had to be Freddie Carlton. When he's running the 97.7 sportsman car, had it for a couple of years. It was always one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah. How busy does your schedule look this year? You plan on just Humberstone, Maryville? What's the plans?
Well, Kyle, I think I'm going to dabble a little bit in each track. Definitely full time here at the Humberstone Speedway. Go up to Oshwegan a few times, and Maryville's got something going on with the Triple Crowns and a new owner, so we're going to go over there and show the love a bit to them as well.
Great. What's your dream track you'd love to race at if you had a chance? Whether it be Daytona Speedway or Eldora, what would it be for you?
Well, it's funny. There's actually a few tracks that I wouldn't mind getting into. If it had to be anything, I'd love to try Eldora or the Charlotte dirt track. That would be cool.
Yeah.
But if we're going asphalt, I would say Martinsville.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bumping and rubbing, and risky moves made, and I think it just makes for great racing.
Yeah, exactly. For you, is it about getting that big payout at the end of the night, or that trophy? What do you prefer?
For me, I don't mind getting a little bit of money back just to cover the cost for the night. But when you hold that trophy at the end of the year,
yeah,
it really shows what you've done this year. So
yeah, it's great. What's a race day ritual for you? Something that you always do?
Well, I usually get up. I'll go to Tim Hortons. I usually have a BLT sub, hang out there, then go work on a race car a bit. That's about it. Barbecue with the family. That's usually a Sunday thing too.
Yeah.
We enjoy doing that.
Yeah. For you, what's a goal you'd like to accomplish before this 2017 season's all said and done? Something you want to set and achieve it.
Well, I'd say being the champion of the division is always one of the things that I like to accomplish. But having a good time, meeting some new friends. We've got a few different guys in the roster I did see, and I think that'll be fun just in its own.
That's great. Any sponsors you'd like to thank that have been with you since day one that you would like to thank?
Well, yeah, there's been quite a few that came on board and stuff like that. Upfront Motorsports for sure, they've been a big help. And the track, I'd say, not being a sponsor, but just being open to the public for facility here where we can come and enjoy ourselves and prove what we built.
Yeah, exactly. If you did have to sit out one night in the grandstands and you had to cheer for someone in your mini stock division, who would you cheer for? Why them?
All right, this is a tough one. I got a couple really good buddies in the class, so I don't know. I'd have to go for my man Kyle Haynes. He is running one of our old cars, and he's been very successful with it, and I'd like to see him keep being that successful.
Yeah. Why did you pick your number, and what's the meaning behind it?
Okay, well, I always liked the 2. It was one of the old favorites. Bob Richards was always number 2 there. So, and then when I was a kid, I was really hyper, so my parents always said easy, easy. So kind of just went hand in hand there.
Yeah, too easy. All right. How much longer do you plan on racing for? Whether it be this year, one more year, till you can't move anymore. What's the plans?
I don't know. We just kind of just go at it. We weren't even going to really race this year, and then we decided we would take another shot at it. We ain't got really much going on this summer, so yeah, we'll see how long. Yeah, maybe a couple years, maybe take some time off. It's really hard to say. We just go at it day by day, really.
Yeah. For you, what's one of your highs and lows? Like a year you'll never forget, and a night that you'll never forget that you don't want to repeat.
Well, I had lots of good nights, back in 13 and 14, racing one of my really good buddies, Kyle Pell, for a championship at both tracks here in Niagara. That was, any given night would have been a night that I would love to do again, but also would not want to have to do again, because it is hard on a friendship when you're that close and battling door to door.
Yeah, I believe at that time you two worked together and drove to work together.
Yeah, we did work together.
Yeah.
We drove together every day.
Yeah.
It was a great time. It was a little tough sometimes, a lot of quiet rides, Kyle? But we had some pretty good times, definitely.
Yep. Why did you decide to call Humberstone Speedway your home track, as opposed, any other track Friday, Saturday? Why Humberstone?
Well, this is pretty much where I grew up. This is the track my dad chose to race at for the most part, and I'm out here doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's great. If you could do your part in turning a fan that sits in the grandstands to a driver that you compete against in your division, how would you do that?
Well, that's actually a tough question. If they were really, dedicated and stuff like that, maybe start out, maybe try to find some sponsors and get a little bit of money together and buy something decent, and hopefully it works out.
Enduros or whatever you have?
Yeah, definitely start off with lower division, something like that, just to get out and have some fun, get some mud in your face, and really see if that's for you or not, really, before you went all out kind of thing, I would say would be.
Yeah. With the recent release this week with our schedule, what's a night that you're definitely not going to want to miss in 2017 at Humberstone?
Well, we all know it's the all Canadian weekend. You got to be here. Come all day, hang out. They got bands going. Great time, bunch of great people. The barbecues. It's just all around great atmosphere that day, that weekend even.
Yeah, you're right about that one. Huh. How do you feel about the hard work, at Tom Beals, Bob Davidson, and myself that we're doing for local short track racing?
I think it's great. It's getting. They say it's tougher now with all the media and stuff like that, but I think we can use it to our advantage, and I think that's what they've been doing. And the more people see what's going on and stuff like that, I believe the more fans you can get. And I know all the hard work that they do, I definitely appreciate, and most of the racers do as well, because without them, we wouldn't have nothing.
Yeah. If you could tell someone on the street that you've never met before, no idea who they are, why they should come to Humberstone, what kind of things would you say to them?
You just tell them there's nothing better than seeing mud flying and the taste of an old dirty track burger and fries. It's just, I don't know. For me, I know it's the way it was, so that's what I like. That's what I would tell them. I would just tell them my personal opinion on that kind of thing.
Yeah. Now, anything else that you want to say to everyone out there while you got the mic?
We hope to see you in 2017, and if it's a public service announcement, remember to recycle, and your bags go with your paper. That's the biggest thing, if you can do that.
All right, so basically that's all I have to ask you today, Evan. So I just want to say, thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me, Kyle.
And,
appreciate it.
Until next time, here's our next driver.